on ESPN last night. Search for Hurt. It was the second episode which saw Matt Murphy train with the North Queensland Cowboys and also do a little bit of work with some fitness staff involved with Tennis Australia. And he's been good enough to join us on the program this morning to have a chat about the show, what's to come in weeks to come, and just how much hurt he did exactly fine. Good morning, Matt.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Yeah, we're going very well. What about yourself? Have you recovered from that session with North Queensland? Obviously, it was a number of weeks ago now, but how hard was it?
Yeah, it was, JT, funny character, but man, he, that charismatic laugh, don't let that fool you. He definitely put me through my paces.
Now, when I was watching the episode last night, I remember thinking, I get a little bit frustrated when you're doing a little bit of physical, or when you're exerted physically. Jonathan Thurston was just laughing in your face. Did you just want to turn around and hit him, or did you want to swear? I mean, what did you want to do? You were very polite throughout all of it.
I guess, when it's such an iconic face like JT, and, he's pretty much the face of rugby league, it's, I guess it's quite an honour to be put through your paces by him. So, no, it wasn't too bad. He, I know that he's done his fair share of, that sort of stuff and had to lay down a lot of hurt in his time. So I guess there's a fair bit of respect there.
Matt, I'm struggling with the interview already because you sound like a normal, sane guy, but when I read you on paper, you sound like an absolute, just an insane man. 12 challenges, endurance challenges at that, going over 16 weeks. What's made you do this? Why? I mean, obviously you love a physical and mental challenge. We've seen that with some of the events you've done in the past, but what's the idea behind all of this?
Well, I guess, the first thing, as you said, with all the endurance challenges in there, I absolutely love that side of it. But then also, I think, to show the broader community that, these guys that are on pretty solid money in the professional sports that we went through, to show them that, every week in, week out, day in, day out, they absolutely smash themselves, and they've got, a limited lifespan in that sport, and that's why they're on the big bucks. And it's not like they just go to work and have it easy. Every day they get absolutely hammered to perform at their best, and that's why they're on the big bucks. And I just wanted to show you the broader community that, I'm a pretty fit guy, but it absolutely smashed the daylights out of me.
The tennis session on last night's episode, up the stairs at, I think it was Kangaroo Point.
Kangaroo Point, yeah.
In Brisbane. You were working with Grant Jenkins as a physical performance coach from Propel Perform. Took us through that one and the tennis balls at the end. After you've run up the stairs a number of times, you've got to catch some tennis balls and go from side to side.
Yeah, it's Grant. Yeah, Grant's very, very smart guy. Massive performance coach. He's got a big rep through some high performance athletes, and he thinks of stuff outside the square. So he put us through this thing where you've got about a minute and a half of absolutely max efforts, but then as your blood pressure and your heart rate's obviously increased, he makes you do sort of these physical tests where you've got to be able to catch a certain amount of tennis balls in sort of about 15 to 20 seconds. And he relates it back to, being, a 3 or 4 hour tennis match where you've got to make sure that every ball is hit absolutely spot on. And, oh, man, it was really hard. You're sucking in the big ones, trying to hold back the vomit, but then you've also got to catch these balls. It's tough. Talk about thinking outside the square,
Certainly, and I mean, that's the important part, I guess, with all these trainings, just the different types of methods to get the same sort of results. Ben was saying about how when you're training, the last thing you want is probably someone yelling in your face and laughing, and the anger it can bring when you're tired. You're travelling around with your wife doing all of this. Has there been a lot of tension or any sparring going on between you two? Because I can imagine after a tough, grueling event, it could fire up at times.
Yeah, I'm a little bit, I dare say I'd be a bit worried if all the footage got shown, because there was definitely some good arguments in the camper van, don't you worry.
Talk us through what's coming up in coming weeks on the program. I saw that you've got the Outback Marathon, which you've obviously run, I'm not quite sure how long ago, but you've run as part of the program. What else have we got to look forward to?
Yeah, look, as part of the program, I think Dave Kelly, he was one that we had to cut from the program. He'll be on Club Search for Her website. But, mate, I'd have to ask Milo which order, our creative director. He's piecing all the little bits together. So I do know that, as you said, the Outback Marathon's coming up, and guys, that's really something else. That was absolutely amazing. If anyone's got a marathon on their bucket list to do, that's the one. To be out in the Northern Territory right near the Big Rock, wow. Yeah, I'm sure you can just hear in my voice. It was just something else.
I did see you pointing at the camel at one stage as you were running past just on the promo for next week.
Yeah, like I'd never been out in the outback like that, and far out like this marathon. Yeah, like you got the camels out there, and as I said, you can see the rock pretty much the whole time that you're running. Like it's just like the idea to have a marathon out there is just awesome.
Matt, what about, I mean, we know, as Ben said, the episodes have been done, you're going through it. What's the plan after all of this is done? Are you just going to go back and keep training, or is there another opportunity that's come up through this show or something else you're eyeing off? What's the future for you?
Well, I fly out to the US on Tuesday because I'm racing the Spartan World Champs over there in Vermont, so just north of New York. So I've got that next weekend, so I'll be over in America. But then after that, good news for you Perth guys. We've got a couple of sessions planned over there for Series 2 of Search for Herd. I can't say too much, but we've got some good stuff lined up, over in your sunny neck of the woods, so that should be all right. So Season 2 is definitely gonna crack along. A few little different things in there, but we don't want to say too much until we let it air.
Fantastic. Keep it all in-house. We might have to try and catch up with you when you come back over here to Perth, get you back on the program at some stage. You best of luck over in the Spartan Championships over in the US, and thanks for giving up some of your time here on Sports Breakfast. We look forward to watching Search for Herd over the next few weeks.
Yeah, cheers guys, and thanks for your time, all right?